Hi and welcome. In today's class, I shall discuss an important topic, bills of exchange. Now, what is the background of bills of exchange? Bills of exchange arise out of credit transactions on account of purchase and sales of goods between the vendor and the buyer. The vendor sells goods to the buyer on credit. So, in order to protect his or the entity's own interest and the liquidity, the own trader or the entity take recourse to the instrument which is called bills of exchange. Bills of exchange related mainly to the purchase and sale of goods on credit. It is a transaction between the vendor and the buyer. Now, what is bill of exchange? A bill of exchange in an instrument containing an unconditional order signed by the maker directing a certain person to pay a sum of money either to or to the order of the certain person or the bearer of the instrument. That means it is an order on the part of the seller to the purchaser to pay a sum of money either to the seller or to the person as ordered by the seller. Now we shall discuss the parties relating to bills of exchange. The first one is drawer. The drawer is the seller of the goods who signs a bill as maker and is entitled to receive the sum of money on the due date as creditor from the buyer on account of the result of the transaction. The second one is drawee. Drawee is the purchaser on whom a bill is drawn by the drawer, and he is liable to pay that sum of money on the due date as determined out of that credit transaction. The third one is payee. Payee may be either payee is the person to whom the payments are made. The payee may be either the drawer himself or any other third party who holds a bill in due course. So there are three parties relating to a bill of exchange. One is drawer, the other one is drawee, and the last one is payee. Drawer is the maker of the bill, that is the seller. Drawee is the purchaser of the bill who accepts the bill as his liability, and payee is the person to whom payments are made on the due date. Now we shall discuss what is due date or date of maturity. A bill of exchange is generally for a period of 90 days, and the due date is calculated on the basis of the drawal of the bill, the date of drawal of the bill. If the due date or date of maturity of any bill of exchange is calculated from the date of drawal, that is called after date bill. And if the due date of any bill of exchange is calculated from the date of acceptance, that is called after sight bill. If a bill is drawn on 1st January 2022 and the duration is for 30 days, say 3 months, that is 90 days. The due date will fall on 1st January 2022 plus 90 days, that is 1st April, 3 months, 1st April 2022, February, March, April. So 1st April 2022 usually should have been the due date or date of maturity of that bill. But in transactions relating to bill of exchange, an additional 3 days is granted to the drawee, that is called days of grace. So the due date comes to 4th April 2022, the bill which is drawn on 1st January 2022 for a period of 3 months. Now if that bill is after side bill and the bill is drawn by the drawer on 1st January 2022 and the bill is for 3 months and the said bill is accepted by the drawee on 4th January 2022, calculation of date of maturity or due date will be from the date of acceptance, that is 4th January, and if we add 3 months, then the due date will fall on 4th April 2022, and we will have to add additional 3 days as days of grace. So the due date will fall on 7th April 2022. So in case of after date bill, the due date falls on 4th April, while in case of after side bill, the due date falls on 7th April 2022. This is the mode of calculation of due date and the concept of days of grace. Now we shall discuss the mode of utilization of a bill of exchange. The bill is drawn by the seller, who is called the drawer, and the bill is drawn on the purchaser, who is called drawee. A drawer holds the bill after it is accepted and signed by the drawee. He may retain the bill in his custody till the date of maturity, or he may discount the bill with his banker for immediate arrangement of fund at a certain percentage of discount. Next, he can endorse the bill in favor of his creditor for redemption of his liability, or last one, he may send the bill to his banker for collection. A drawer may perform 4 functions with the bill of exchange or the bill which he has got in his possession. A bill of exchange is treated as bills receivable and as an asset in the books of the drawer, and it is termed as bills payable and as a liability in the books of the drawee. So same instrument is regarded as asset in the books of the drawer and as liability in the books of drawee. So these are all the basics of theoretical basics of bills of exchange, and in the next class I shall discuss the accounting treatment of the transactions of bills of exchange. So that's all for today, and before I end my class, I would once again request all my students, listeners and followers to subscribe my channel and like and share my channel for better circulation of this video among the students of commerce community. Thank you. Goodbye.